All right. Thank you very much, my people. I appreciate every one of you. I would like to hear from the next person who we supposed to speak to you right now. In CBD. Good evening to you, sir. Please talk to us in CBD.
Ye- Yes, good evening, Mr. Ninja Watch,
Thank you.
panelists, everyone listening to us. Yeah, well, it's just quite unfortunate, and I just want to tell Nigerians that if Peter Obi do not win, it will just, in fact, how do Yoruba people say it? Okbari, Otitoniye. So, uh, the Doyin Okupe thing, well, to be honest with you, as much as it will hurt me, and I'm sure it's going to hurt a lot of obedience and even the campaign, team, including Peter Obi. I would say, he made the right decision because at the end of the day, uh, if Peter Obi decides to go, or Labour Party decides to go eye for an eye and say and start doing the what if and the what about. That would be like now the definition of fighting the pig in the mud. At the end of the day, you're still going to get dirty. So uh, it hurts, but that's the right call. He can still support the campaign. He has done, if you ask me, probably if there's anything left, maybe 10% or 15%. But he has really done a lot. Like I've always said, Doyin Okupe is a genius publicist and spokesperson. That's why he has always been with the people that everyone he has been with, the one. Even the only reason why you say Jonathan did not get in the other time was because of he decided to just let go of the whole thing. So he can still support the campaign behind the scenes. He can still give advice. He can still do all that, but just officially, he's no longer, in charge of the campaign. So it's just so sad. And I watched the Arise News, the session they had. Rufai made, as usual, clear-headed, you know, truthful points. The other lady, I was a bit disappointed with the way she analyzed it. What's the name? I think the new one, she's called Ayo. Just said some things that didn't really make a lot of sense to me. But generally, um, we cannot lose hope. There's nothing like losing hope. This thing is for the win. We are going to win it. Peter Obi is going to be the next president. And these people, the way they are acting should show you that we are not exaggerating when we say that. The way they are acting should show you that they have already seen defeat. So this is just to me, I will see it as just like how do they say it in English? The final kicks of a dying horse. So they have to do. We didn't expect them to fold their arms. We can't do what about because we already know better, you know. So and as much as we want to say no, fight back, no, anybody with common sense will not uh, blame Peter Obi or Doyin Okupe if he had not resigned. But just because of maintaining that clean record and spotless, not just clean but spotless, uh, then I understand why Doyin Okupe did that. So is but you just know that there's nothing that can demoralize us. The other poll that came out also showed Peter Obi still leading. So a lot of people, even the Niger that APC went the other day, you may not have seen it on the news and all that. He got a very hostile reception at some point. But there's a way these professional mainstream medias, I don't know if they are actually professional, but let's assume, let's just call them mainstream media. There's a way they don't report some of these things. And you saw the way the newspapers are, uh, you know, reporting. That's what we have been dealing with all this time. When we tell people that this mainstream media, a lot of them are complicit in where we are today as a country, So, and they just quite even arise as much as they just happen to be the better ones in terms of they are just better. But at the end of the day, there's still political influences and personal or corporate interests and all that. So, like I said, I will just end by saying, this is not something that will weigh us down or set us back because Mr. Doyin Okupe has laid the foundation already. He has done quite a lot. He has made all the inroads. If there's anything left, I'm sure he can contribute from behind the scenes. So, thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. SCBD. Because we have another segment, let's quickly move on now to Nolly. Nolly77, thanks for joining us. Good evening to you. Please talk to us. Okay, Nolly, you are not available. I'm going to move to the next person now. Mr. T,
Can you hear
please
me?
talk. Okay, I can hear you now. Go ahead. Talk to us.
Wow. Good evening, everybody.
Good evening, sir.
Mr. Left, Naija Watch, I really appreciate you. We really appreciate you a lot for your sacrifice on this platform. About this Doyin
Thank you, sir.
Okupe
Thank you.
something, I just want to let us know that when you look at the obedient is a movement. So a movement, when the train is going somewhere, maybe it's going from London to Leeds or London to Liverpool. It's scheduled to go to Liverpool, but people will be going inside the train, dropping on the way. Other people will be entering until it get to its destination, and that is what we are doing. So people will be coming and going out, coming and going out until we get to, and our destination is Aso Rock. And the train on which we are staying in it is that obedient movement. So we move, we are going. But if you look at Nigerian standard, or just look at Nigeria, or look at the political parties who are campaigning for this office of the presidency, you will find out that when we talk about the corrupt people, you can't even count Doyin Okupe on the number 100 when you look at about on all these people who are doing this. Yeah, it's true that he collected money, but the point is that what they are accusing, what they convict him on is the way he collect the money, not what he used the money for. Is the way he collected the money. That's what they are. But these people, but we know many people who somebody like David Cameron of blessed memory, that's a former prime minister, regard as fantastically corrupt people. Fantastic. We see it in our Korokoro eyes. We see that these people are really corrupt, and they're showing it. There's something I saw now, right now. Tinubu is somewhere, and one man came there to visit to see him, and he took money and gave him, and they target there. See how these people are selling their futures and their destiny. So what is going on to the obedient is that every man, every tree that have fruit in it always receive a stone. Doesn't matter whether you want people to throw stone on it or you don't want, but as long as there's fruit on it, you must receive stone. That is how Labour Party is now. So everybody is attacking Labour Party. Why? Because they know that they are going somewhere. If we are not good, how about okay? We talk about there's party they call AMPP. Why are they not attacking AMPP the way they are attacking Labour Party? Why are they not attacking all the other parties, even ABGA, even all this Showore party? Why are they not being attacked on going nowhere? Some people even say that very soon they will run out of stream. But today, everybody, INEC is doing what they are doing just to intimidate the Labour Party. The Nigerian court are doing what the DSS are doing, the presidency, everyone is attacking. If you bring two APC men, APC and PDP to discuss about their party, you will find out that they will end up just discussing about Labour Party. So, my brother, let us not just be wary on these things. Let us just keep on moving. We are the train, and there's no stopping. I really feel for Doyin Okupe, but like the man said, he said he will support from the side, and this thing is not supposed to make us to. We are not even supposed to talk about it. We're not supposed to be discussing about it. It makes I hear some people they say we must obey the rule of law. Which law are we obeying the rules? The rule of law in which country? In Nigeria. Is there anything like rule of law in Nigeria? Now the Kanu is still in detention and is already set free. There are many things go. This Olisametu, the same thing, the same money, the same Dasuki gate that is they convict this man. Olisametu is outside now, free. You understand? So when we are talking, and not only that, there are many people. This Dasuki gate touch many Nigerian politicians, but some of them have moved to the where the party you will go, you become a saint from So you find out that what are we even doing? So let us just be going. I was watching Obi in Akwa Ibom today. That when you look at things like that, you will know that this Doyin Okupe doesn't even it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I know that it is as obedient we will feel it, but it's not supposed to deter us at all. We're supposed to just be going. That's my contribution.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you.
Thank you. Let me quickly move on now to Mr. T. Mr. T, please talk to us. Good evening to you. Okay, Mr. T, you are now available. Moving on to Niger. To Niger, good evening to you. Please talk to us.
Yeah, good evening. Thanks for having me. This in Niger Watch, and greetings to
Sorry,
everyone.
you can take the next person. I'll come after the next person.
Okay, that's fine. We're doing that.
Yeah, greetings to everyone on the chat and the viewers. This matter is, from what I gather, what I've learned is that the idea of laundering is supposed to, clean up ill-gotten wealth and using it for criminal activity. And clearly, this is not what has happened here. And people need to understand that there is a difference between the letter of the law and the spirit of the law. And what they have used now is the letter of the law. And I noticed that in Nigeria, they use that a lot. They use that to get out of criminal activities. And in this case, they use that to penalize somebody that is not actually carrying out criminal activity, but just technicalities because he didn't follow the procedures. Because nobody is accusing him, from what I know, of actually misappropriating those funds or using it for what it wasn't intended for, or whether he got it from enterprise. He got it from the NSA itself, the office authorized by the president. So, so it tells you what is happening. What is happening is basically they are trying to throw mud. And I've heard of so many cases in Nigeria where people got away because of technicalities. They use letter of the law to get away from actually what the spirit of the law intends. And the spirit of the law is what is the important part. That is the objective of the law. And what they've done to Okupe here is what they call mudslinging, just to dirty him up. And I think understand that. And because the guy didn't steal any money, he just got the money the wrong way. He didn't get it from criminal activity. That's just a fact, from what I can see so far. So that I will let that one rest there. I think the way Peter Obi spoke regarding accountability, this is important, and this is why I heard that, not because he actually went against the Nigerian state itself and did something to steal their money, or maybe he was actually serving the Nigerian state by doing what he did. And but rules are rules, and everybody, it has to be seen to be followed, because you can't expect a bus driver to follow the same rules when a senior official is not doing the same. So, however, in the context of the campaign, you can see why this can be regarded as just mudslinging. Even the judge, I don't even know what judge is. A Nigerian judge is something they can be funny people, and they choose when they really follow the letter of the law to the fault of this law itself. And I don't understand that, because this is one of the reasons why a lot of people complain about justice in Nigeria. They use letter of the law to confound the true spirit of the law. And the legal system, they have to be called to account for some of their actions, because when this is the loop used worldwide, like where you have people not conscious tax evaders will transform to tax avoiders, which makes it legal because they use the ambiguity of the law. When they're actually violating the spirit of the law, they will just claim that the law doesn't catch them. It's just a loophole. And this is the thing they use. They will just break law. Everybody will see they've broken the law, but they'll say, oh no, because of technically somebody didn't file a form here, somebody didn't file that form, so the person is disqualified, or the person in the case is thrown out. This happens repeatedly in Nigeria, and this is the way the legal establishment gets away with their own mass practice, and they too have to be called to account, because that judge could have decided that, you know what, I see what has happened here. These people are serving the country based on what they are doing. If it's clear that they didn't use the money inappropriately, he could have just said, you know what, I'm going to give you a tap on the wrist, and that's the end of it. Never do that again. You see what I mean? And that is his first offense. So I will leave it at that. So Peter B is doing all the right things, and I think when I saw him talking today, I think I like the way he was sounding. He needs to do more of that. Go out there, talk to more people. I was just watching Tinubu today, and the guy, his hand was beginning to shake. I was speaking to one of his supporters. I say, his hand is beginning to shake. And the moment I said his hand is beginning to shake, Tinubu said, "Oh, he's finished answering questions."
Tinubu's case is going to be the next topic, so that you can have to finish them there.
Okay, so yeah, and all right, let me leave it at that anyway, because I just don't like the idea of the legal department, the legal Nigeria, they have to also be held accountable for this slippery nature of theirs. When it suits them, they use the letter of the law. When it doesn't suit them, they use the spirit of the law. And they hardly actually use the spirit of the law when it comes to elites. The elites get away with a lot of stuff. So that's something we have to be a trick in Nigeria. Nigerians have to start getting wise to how these things work, because they will tell you, oh yeah, the law says literally, it says this is what it's supposed to be, so we are following it now. But later on, they will say, oh no. They want people who believe in. They'll say, oh, this person didn't actually do anything wrong. Even if he broke the law, they will excuse the person, and the person will get away with it. But whenever it suits them, you will see this type of judgment that they gave to Okupe. And I didn't like it. One of the reasons why I don't like it, seriously, because I really find that very offensive to me anyway. You know how I am about security. These funds were coming from NSA. They were coming from NSA. Where else can you call more? Where else can you rely more in terms of authenticity from the authority or the executive of the government? It's coming from them, and they handed it to him for whatever purpose they needed to do. So whatever they were doing, have to reveal anything to everything into the public. But yet it was hung in the public, because that NSA guy, he probably wouldn't have to account for this in public. It's national security advisor. What are you going to do? It's cloaked in secrecy. So there you go. Thank you.
Thank you to Niger. Thank you very much. All right, let's go to Mr. Collins. Mr. Collins, please talk to us. Good evening to you.
Yeah, good morning to Mr. Niger Watch, and good morning to my fellow Nigerians. I'm just joining. I'm just waking up, so I have to join. Concerning about the Doyin Okupe, I think it's the only news I understand. I don't know any other thing that we are talking. I'm just looking at the whole thing that happened to that man. If you want to go the real details, I think the man in Chinese television really explained everything. The barrister really explained everything very well to anybody that cares to know or want to understand the whole thing. Because the man said that going forward, a lot of people in Nigeria, even if as a civil servant, as a business people are going to get locked if they continue this way, because a lot of people once you have them catch you with 5 million, 4 million, you're going to be put to prison, or you have to pay a fine for it. So And what happened to Doyin Okupe is not a new thing. I don't think most of us we see it coming. We saw it coming because once anything that concerns P2B movement, everybody, you see how the government are trying everything possible to make sure that they bring people down. But at the end of the day, the more they try, the more they keep as if like they are investing in P2B. A lot of people keep coming. Today, like a few hours ago, I saw a news in Sahara Reporter. They keep, I think, this period now, Sahara Reporter have becoming Tunumbu agent or as in PDP agent. I don't know what to call them. So they keep publishing all those fake news, fake document, which I don't know where they are getting it from, which nobody cares. And the more they keep publishing all those kind of a thing, if you go to read people comment, you are making people more stronger. You are giving people more belief to even to go more. Even somebody that don't even believe in P2B movement is now coming in fully. People that are campaigning maybe with 1%, they are now campaigning with 50%. So I think all these things they are doing is in our own favor because now what Doyin Okupe did this evening have proved to everybody that okay, this is the kind of example we are going to set. First time in Nigeria, somebody have resigned on his own. It doesn't happen often in Nigeria. Even people would like to die in their own seat, you understand? And when we know that this is what happened, they would like to die in that seat. So for him to resign shows this is the kind of leadership, this is the kind of way move we want Nigeria to be. So for me, the man have set the example, and for Nigeria people to carry the whole thing, hoping that okay, let's put the Okupe to his own this at the end of. We want them also to do other people because we believe there are so many people that also involved in this issue. A lot of people, like the man was saying in Chinese television, that so many cases. So they have to also continue. They won't stop in this man because if you stop in this man, to show injustice. So you have to continue other people like the accountant general. That is the bigger one that everybody is waiting for. Till today, we haven't heard anything about accountant general. Even they recover more than 30 billion or something like that. Till today, nobody have ever talked about that. So the man in Arise News explain everything that even if in your house, if they cut like 5 million, 4 million in your hand, it's going to affect many people because so many people that owns business, most of them move like millions in along their hands. So this is going to affect them. So and the man make it clear that Okupe does not steal any money. It's not corruption. It's not anything. It's just that the way media people are running the whole thing, all these all those fake media that's running the whole news, trying to get people attention, hoping that okay, this man steal money. No, the man did not steal money. He's not involved in anything corruption or anything. No, he just this is the law. If it's since 2019, but it's just the timing that they decided to nail the case, the timing. This thing happens to 2019. So you know this time at this hour is when you decided to nail the case. But at the end of the day, I think P2B have received at least more people today. If more followers, if you can be able to put it in a scale, I think the obedient movement have rocket to another big scale. So let them keep doing whatever they are doing. All I'm just urging every Nigerian, don't allow all these their misinformation to maybe make you to lose focus or anything. Because when it comes to obedient movement, people are not going to. They started that after 4 days, people will get away from it. 1 month they will fade away with it. 4 months they will fade out. People are still with it, and it will surprise them. So it's not going to change anything. Are you back?
All right. Thank you very much, sir, Mr. Collins. Thanks for your submission. Let's move on to the next person so that we can move on to the next segment. The last person we have here that still needs to talk to us is Mr. T. If not, we can just move on to the next segment. Mr. T, if you're not ready, we are going to the next segment. You can talk at that time, okay? All right, I appreciate every one of you. Thank you very much for your time with us. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. As we are taking moving on to the next segment right now, we are taking a very, very, very short break on this one. Thank you very much, my people. I better make una share our broadcast and make una like this broadcast. God bless you all.
Buhari! 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 Say it again, Buhari!
That's a good one.
Buhari!
Look at Buhari's face.
Buhari! 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 Buhari. Say it again, Buhari. 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 Say it again, Buhari.
All right. Thank you very much, my people. We're back again. I appreciate every one of you for every one of you that have contributed today. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And for those of you on the comment section, I appreciate you. All those that have super chatted us today, I want to say I'm grateful. Those of you that have shared and liked the broadcast as well, we are very, very grateful. Thank you, thank you. Now God bless you now. So we're going to be taking two videos together on this particular one. You know, we're going to be taking Buhari, Tinubu's speech, and then we're going to be talking about also taking the speech from INEC, as INEC reassured Nigerians, you know, for a credible, you know, and assurance of 2023 presidential election. Okay, let's start with the INEC. Thank you.
The stories now. The chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission is saying that INEC is expecting both covert and overt pressure from politicians and individuals opposed to the new initiatives to eliminate vote buying and the influence of criminal money in Nigeria's elections. Professor Mahmood Yakubu, who spoke at a summit in Abuja, said the commission is also building stronger partnerships with the National Broadcasting Commission, the police and anti-graft agencies to suppress the high tide of money politics in Nigeria's elections. And TVC News senior correspondent Femi Akonde reports.
The countdown to next year's general election has heightened the anxiety in Nigeria's political space. It appears money is the biggest threat among several other factors that could impede the success and credibility of next year's polls. INEC is seeking stronger partnership and collaborations with relevant government agencies to improve the electoral administration in Nigeria.
As a commission, we have no illusion that it is going to be easy to root out the negative influence of money on our elections, but we are determined to tackle the problem. We fully realize that today's initiative will not go down well with people who may not be committed to the growth of our electoral system and the consolidation of our democracy.
The Electoral Act put a spending peg on political campaigns, but it seems the law has not done enough to reduce the influence of money in determining the outcome of the electoral process. Weak enforcement has now strengthened vote buying and money politics.
The professional and independent conduct of
this stakeholders summit further escalates the dangers that lie ahead for Nigeria's democracy.
The result of this synergy has started yielding positive results, as a lot of arrests have been made, especially of persons buying voter registration cards as prelude to rigging the elections.
In the upcoming election, the law enforcement agencies that are collaborating with INEC, the conversation we've been having for some time, is to support the INEC to review those documentation and to implement the relevant laws imposing limits.
All right, I'm going to stop that right there. That is the INEC chairman who came out saying that Nigerians should trust him, to trust their team, that they are going to give us free and fair election. So let's move on now to our channels where and hear what Tinubu have to say here.
Advocating for the right and interests of ordinary Nigerians as you also do. We have been fellow travelers on the same road. I hope that we shall continue to be as friends and brothers. Our nation has experienced many trials, battles, independence, wars, democracy have all been fought for and won. It's fragile. Democracy is not easy to manage. The competitiveness, the insults, the abuse, the frustrations, but yet democracy is the best form of governance, accountability, and transparency.
That was an event we held today, and a speech of the presidential candidate of the APC when he met with some leaders of Labour. It's interesting to see what is happening. I'm not sure that there was a commitment from the Labour leaders, because I understand that there was a commitment with Labour leaders and the Labour Party today, but interesting thing happened in politics.
I just want to take your attention to something. Did you hear what he said, that we fought for democracy and we won? And did you hear that when he was speaking?
Yeah, I think we all heard that.
When he said we fought, does it look like a violent fight, like he's saying? He was one of the arrowheads of Nadeco then. So when he used the word fight, I don't know why my friend and brother here is linking it to something violent. When we talk about fight in democracy, it's about your ability to convince people, to make people see what is right from what is wrong. When he fought for democracy then, he didn't carry a gun, he didn't shoot a bullet. He was not holding an arrow or a knife. He fought for democracy with intellect, with superior logic. So that was what he was saying in that video, that the PDP and all their people decided to misrepresent.
So let me tell you,
turn it into a battle of arrow and bow.
He fought for democracy, and now he's fighting democracy. I'm sure you see how they are unleashing mayhem on the free press, fighting journalists, because the journalist said you can even choose the television house of your choice, but produce the candidate and let him answer questions. So you fought for democracy and you are now fighting democracy. Secondly, you see, the word we fought for democracy in this context is perfect. What he said is we struggled. In that video, and Shewun, unless that video is played another day, let the Nigerian people judge for themselves. What he was inferring in that meeting, can somebody interpret what at all costs means? When he said it is not served like an a la carte, you have to rise, you have to take it, you have to fight it, you grab it and run with it at all costs. And then we begin to see the effect in different parts of the country. Now, I said the best case against them is that the president admitted that there are crises and intimidation of the opposition in various states. And he asked the NSA and the IG of police to tell the Nigerian people they will not tolerate that. The president.
This is going to be an point where we anchor. We need to anchor on this. Okay. Just about 30 seconds apiece. So where do we go from here? We need to have a good election.
Correct.
But if these share are going on, the commitment from the different political parties,
a great
30
election,
seconds,
and
Mr.
that is why you see our candidate all over the place. In fact, even the Labour is sitting with them. That tells you a man who wants to do the right thing, following the correct path. And when
the same Labour that your candidate told they will labor in vain. You see, these people, they are shameless.
Daniel talked about fighting the press. I'm wondering what press. Is it because a local TV is trying to force something and we say we don't want to work with you, but we're going to work with other people? As I speak with you today, we don't go there to speak, but I'm here peacefully.
No, let him come.
He will come to channels when he's ready to come, not when you want him to come. Has the Atiku come to channels? Did they force him to come to channels? No. Atiku came to channels when he wanted to come to channels.
I beg, Baba, come to channels.
Don't worry, Baba will come.
Go to TVC.
You don't have to beg him or force him. He will come to channels.
Just your 30 seconds.
Let's hear my 30 seconds. Quite frankly, we want a free press. We want democratic ideals. We want free and fair election. We don't want this threat to life and the killing of people. There will be an end to election.
All right, I'm going to stop that right there. Thank you very much, my people. In case some people are still here, or you are here, you're not too sure of the videos that they are referring to, I'd like us to reference back to that video quickly. You know, we have every video here on our software. Don't worry, we'll look for it. You know, even though they have deleted it from every other part, we can find it. Don't worry. The video they are referring to where Bola Ahmed Tinubu told his people to take it by force, you know, and snatch it and run away with it. We have it right here. Let's listen to it.
Apology of it. Where are we? No. Political power is not going to be served in a restaurant. It knows having It's what we are doing. It's being determined to do it. At all costs, fight for it, grab it, snatch it,
Yes, sir.
and run with it. Snatch it,
Yes, sir.
and run with it. Snatch it,
Yes, sir.
and run with it.
Yes, sir. Jagaban. Jagaban. Yes.
All right. Thank you very much, my people. I appreciate every one of you. I would like us to talk on this. Let's talk on this last two videos from INEC and from Tinubu and Tinubu people. Thank you very much. I'm going to be starting with Alex. Mr. Alex, I guess you're still with us.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Najawa. Thank you for the work you're doing. I'm grateful to you always. We are in this fight together. We have always been doing this for a while now. So, and we must expect arrows like this. So let me go straight to the videos. You
have so much noise in your area.
Yes, can you hear me now?
Yeah, but the noise.
Can you hear me? Okay, someone else can go. Then I'll call back.
Yeah, better. Thank you. All right. Let me quickly move on to the next person here. According to the where I have it here on the screen. Obedient Destiny, please talk to us.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Najawa. Please, is it allowed for me to speak on the first one?
Of course.
Just
Yes.
one or 2 minutes.
Yes.
Because of the breaking news,
together.
On my submission, I was saying that I'm expecting Doyin Okupe to resign. Not that I like it, but I said it's gonna add, add to this movement. It's gonna boost this movement. As you read out the reaction of people on social media, you see what people are saying, that because of this, they were campaigning on 40 word, they're going to increase it to 70 word. This is what is going to happen. That is why I so much love it. That is why I was expecting this to happen. I so much commend Doyin Okupe for taking this action. It shows that he's a selfless man. I believe God is going to see him through. I think he's going to pursue it now to clear his name. I believe it is going to happen. But what he has done is a boost to this movement. All these things that have been happening to Obi Dati movement is a stepping stone. Every obstacles on the way is a stepping stone, to where we are heading to, which is Aso Rock. Because of this that just happened, now I want to see those guys in Ogun State, what they were saying concerning Labour Party and all that. I want to see where they're going to come from now. I want to see people who will be using this against Labour Party. I want to see what they're going to do. As people have commented that he's still going to be working with them. He himself said that he's still going to be working with them, but he's no longer there as a DG. I just pray that they see a sharp person like him to replace him, especially from the north. I really want to see that they replace him. They put DG from the north so that it will reflect federal character, because that was what those guys were saying in Ogun State. Those two guys who I don't know what they are here for, but I so much love it. What happened? I said from the beginning that it's going to add to this movement. This movement, many people are going to change their mind who never wanted to vote for LP. They're going to change their mind to vote for LP because of this action that our principal have taken, or the entire Labour Party have taken, because this is a clear, exemplary action that we're going to be seeing going forward. God willing, they win this election. I believe this is going to be their action going forward. They are here to change the Nigeria system.
This is what is going on. So I so much love that. Regarding INEC issue, I just pray that the obedient movement, the obedient people, especially the young people, I just pray that they sensitize their parents, their mother, their mother, their father, their brothers and sisters, to vote for LP. I've already seen that a lot of people are doing that on social media. People who are asking questions, who are they going to vote for between the four major contestants. I've seen a lot of people who doesn't have PVC, but they say they will vote for LP. But they say even though they don't have PVC, they are sensitizing their friends, their brothers. They are mobilizing those who have PVC, who they are friends with. This is what has been going on. This is like a wildfire that is going on this movement. Regardless of what they are trying to do, to rig the election, if people come out massively to vote, maybe 90 million people, how many millions combined together that the previous election, how many millions that gave Buhari victory? He I think was 15 million. Altogether was not up to 30 million. If people come and 70, 80, 90 million people vote, there's no way they're gonna ring the election. It's only when people people lay back. I just pray. My only worry that they should not unleash mayhem, on people that day to scare people away, not to come out to vote. But if the security apparatus, the army and the police, if they do their job that day, they make sure that there is no violence. People come out, because we have seen the motivation, especially on Nigerian youth. They want to vote. Look at people want to collect their PVC, despite the fact they are still frustrated. They don't know why they are not releasing the PVC to them. But I believe if people come out that day to vote, there's no way they will manipulate to ring this election. No matter how many billions they have to buy people PVC. People have already made up their mind to vote to make a change. This is what I'm seeing on social media. This is what is happening, both social media, both physical media, or on the land. People are tired. People just want to change. A lot of people want to see changes in the system. They want to see changes in the government, and the face of change in government is Obidati ticket. That is the new Nigeria we are seeing. I love what Peter Obi said. He and Dati are not running for president. We, the Nigeria youth, the poor, they are running for president through them. And this is what is going on. This is what I want to see. Regarding, the issue of Tinubu, I don't know, Nigeria, I pray they should learn from the past, during the era of the former president who died in the office, because he was sick. Look at what happened then. Even on Buhari, look at what Nigeria have went through. They've seen this man. It's obvious that this man is not strong. Everybody knows that this man is not strong. Look at the way they were helping him to climb little step. That shows that the man is not physically fit. The man is old. He's older than the age that he's claiming. But I pray that Nigeria should use that. Nigeria should use this thing to choose. They don't want a president who will be out of office for 8 months, 7 months, where cabal will take over, like what has been happening in this era, this government. I think Nigeria should not afford to go through that kind of pain and hardship. This is the time for them to, even this one should have, it will make this if Nigerian people, if if they are white, if they really make up their mind or they want a change, they, APC government should not have up to 5 million votes in this election. Apart from the abysmal failure on their in their government, looking at their candidate that is not fit, we can't afford to have a president who is not fit. It's obvious. So if for me personally, looking at all his campaign all this while, it tells me that this man is incompetent. To be honest, all the speech he's making is written. That is why he's dodging interrogation. He's dodging media, for them to interrogate him one-on-one to see his mental capacity as he's claiming. But for me, I believe the man is not what he's claiming. To be honest, all the speech he's making is written by people, So I just pray that Nigeria should make, they should vote for the right person. They will not say, there is no alternative this time around. No Nigerian will complain if they made a mistake to vote for, our ancestors, those PDP and APC, which they are the same thing. If they make a mistake, that means, as one of Obidati person said, that this election will make people to know how many mental people are Nigerians. So personally, I believe Obidati, they're gonna win this election. They're gonna win this election if INEC do their job, if the security people do their job to make sure there is no violence. People are gonna come out in mass that day. INEC should give out their PVC to people. They should not make any mistake. Everybody must collect their PVC before they close the window. They must make sure everybody collect their PVC. I see no reason why all these, people are complaining they are not giving them their PVC. I can't hear any statement from the INEC officials to issue a statement that every places that they are issuing PVC, they should give out PVC to people. How can you be telling people to come back tomorrow or next week when PVC is there available? But no matter what they are doing to suppress or to rig this election, it's not going to work because the hand of God is in this movement. Nigerians have suffered enough. This is the time for a change. This is the time for a real change, not the kind of change that the APC preached 2015. This is the time for Nigerians to be liberated, both home and abroad. So I believe, Obidati victory is sure. Thank you so much, Najawa. Thank you, everybody. I will be out now because of my work. Tomorrow,
thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. You have done well. You have done well. You joining us today means a lot to us. Your contribution, means a lot to us, and you stand for what is right, and you are standing with the people. Thank you very much. We appreciate you, sir. Thank you. All right. We have a caller here before I call the next person. Good evening to you. Do you want to speak to us?
Hello, sorry, Naija. I was calling to contribute to the program before, but I've left home. So
we are still live.
Oh, you guys are still live.
Yeah. Do you still want to talk right now? People are listening to you. Go ahead.
Okay. It's just a pity that Doyin Okupe has to resign, and just like Annie Finest talked before I left home when I was watching. I think she spoke rightly.
No, you mean Madam Rita?
Oh, okay, Rita.
Yeah.
I forgot it because I'm driving right now. Rita. Yeah. She spoke rightly and she spoke well, because a law that unpick is not a law. We all live in the Western world. Like I'm calling from Canada, where she is.
Yeah.
If you do DUI, there's something we call DUI, driving under influence. No matter who you are, immediately you do that, you're going for it. Nobody will leave you and pick on the other and say because the law work, we have to start from somewhere. You have to start from everywhere. I tell you, just like Peter Obi's last statement that you played, and he said he's not perturbed, no matter how they go after people around him, that he's focused and is moving forward. I think that's the way all of us should look at it, and that's the way all of us should keep finding. Like for me, my own part now, I know how much I sent home. What I sent home this season was more than 10 million, but it's with voters card. If you don't have your PVC, you are not getting anything from me. That is my own part. Let everybody that call in do their own part.
Exactly.
And let us see whether Nigeria won't change. And for my last statement I want to say is this. I think what Doyin Okupe was guilty of is what all of us are guilty of. Because in Nigeria, when you go to party, you see people spend more than 5 million.
Mm-hmm.
People spend more. People they carry. What if 5 million? 5 million that money. 5 million is just about 15,000. It's not even up to 15,000 USD. That's 5 million. 5 million. No. So people they spend every day. They just unpick him, and they want to destroy the Peter Obi's campaign. That's what I see. But we are not part of.
We are not part
Thank
of.
you very much for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you, sir. What's your name? So I can store your number.
My name is Sheon. I used to call you and
yes, I remember now, Sheon. You called True Lefties the other day. Yes, thank you.
Yeah, True Lefties. I used to call you and Lefties.
Yes,
all right.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you, sir. Bye. Yeah. All right, let's move on to the next person here. Okay, I think the next person is Mr. Shooks Ibobazi. Talk to us, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Niger Watch, once again. Yeah, it's a this is true democracy, and if we all saying we want something good to happen, in our democracy, we should all be able to applaud Mr. Doyin Okupe for stepping down. This is how. This is. I mean, we all remember the education minister who says that by himself, not somebody accused him, that he has woefully failed. But the last time I checked, he is still the education minister, So I am gladdened. It's a very, very good news that they are starting to teach people the way they will govern. Let us be counting this one after the other, because it's a thing. They can't come in now and something happened, they refuse to resign. This is a kind of foundation they are laying. So there's no way they're gonna renege on that foundation, and we will leave them. It gladdens my heart when you broke that news, because I've been saying it here. It doesn't matter who you are, and I can't come here to justify that we will use illegality to cure illegality. That is one thing I can't come here to say, hey, why is others not brought forward? This man has shown that he is a true gentleman, and he wants the best of democracy for Nigeria. And I use this opportunity to thank him again. Yeah, INEC talked about what is happening. Like the previous speaker said, they have not told us the reason why they've not been giving people their PVCs. You can't just come here and muzzle people and tell people what you're gonna do, what your plans for them. Meanwhile, they are saying something negative. That is why we're worried. You and I are worried today because what INEC is saying is different from what is on ground. That is why we are worried. In a true democracy, people shouldn't be worried about the umpires. No. Imagine the last World Cup final. Before you step onto the pitch, you are worried what the umpire will do. That alone will take a lot out of you before the game even starts. So INEC, they should go back, do the what they're supposed to do. All this money laundering, are they telling me? Has somebody not complained about Tinubu with his bullion van last 4 years in 2019? What have they done since then? An institution, the police is saying that they have people who have committed offense, and the politicians are coming there to release those people because INEC didn't give them a go-ahead to prosecute them. I don't know what our journalists are asking them, because those are the kind of questions that they need to ask them. What is going on? Why are people who committed electoral violence or break electoral laws, we have not had any prosecution about them? Who are these individuals coming to release them? Who are these individuals giving pressure to police and the military? Imagine the two major forces that host country are being pressurized by common politicians, and I'm going to use that language, common politicians. It shows that we have a very long way to go, and that is why we are fighting tooth and nail to change this APC and PDP, because it's always going to be business as usual. I come to Tinubu talking to Labour. Well, yeah, the Labour, I don't know what they discussed with them, but they should have, asked him about that statement he made, that those who labor will labor in vain. Because if I will not say that I won't meet him if I'm in anywhere near Labour. I will meet him, but he has to explain that to the hearing of Nigerians, not just to me. On that very place, if he gets to my turn to speak, after he speak, I will ask him what he meant by that, because it is clear the video is still live and well to date. Because you can't another way tell me that I'm gonna labor in vain and come back to speak to me about all the good things you're gonna do, that you want to carry everybody along. You see, when the other man was defending himself, that he talk about fight. Hello, I think these people look Nigerians as mental people. You talk about fighting for democracy, not fighting for election. Election is different from a democracy. Election is one of the tools of democracy. It's one of the leg or arm or whatever you call it. So he's now coming to tell us that we're stupid. We don't understand English. We don't understand what he did. He was talking about election, not about democracy. And this is why I get sometimes angry when I watch our media houses, those who interview people. Sometimes I get angry when they allow all this surrogate to come there and talk nonsense, absolute nonsense. And everybody was watching him, saying that. Oh, he didn't mean this because he spoke about we fight for this. Was Agbadoman the only person that fought for that? Yes, I get it. He sponsored it with his drug money. He ran away. Most of us are in secondary school that time. We come out on the street. So every time they come, he fought for democracy. To hell with his democracy. If they allow people like him to handle this democracy, we would have lost it. I said it here the other time. If we fight for democracy in the past and in present, you try to destroy that democracy and other people rescue it, shut your mouth. Don't even talk about you fought for democracy, because it makes no meaning. Because anybody could have seized that opportunity and thwart the same democracy you said you fought for. So if you are among the people who is coming up to destroy the democracy, don't talk about what you did in the past, because what you are actually doing now is to give away the same thing you claim to fight for. So I'm not gonna waste our time, talking about these people. But one thing I want all Nigerians to understand is all this film. That's why Mr. Elvis is here. That's why all the panelists are here. That's why all the people watching and commenting are here. We are listening to them, and we are talking to you. Go get your PVC. Do what you're supposed to do as a true Nigerian, and make sure that we defend our vote come February 25th. Less than 80 days from now. Less than 80 days from now, and the victory will be ours. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, Mr. Shooks Ibubueze. Thank you for your submission. Now I'll move on to Madam Rita. Madam Rita, please talk to us.
Yeah, thank you, Sir Elvis. Mr. Chooks, thank you very much. When you call them surrogates, that's exactly what they are. Speaking about the chairman of INEC, Yakubu, anytime he speaks, it's quite painful for me to hear that the INEC chairman is saying that we have to trust them when there's gazillions of discrepancies. I mean, how can you trust an institution that is showing us how independent they are? How can you trust an institution where there's a lot of discrepancies in the so-called BVAS software, discrepancies in irregular registration, or I wouldn't say irregular, I would say illegal registration of underage people, the machines not recognizing people's thumbprints. We see on TV, INEC staff casually sitting down and writing down people's telephone numbers, and it's shown on national. I mean, this is something that's supposed to be very discreet. I don't know how he thinks we can build that trust for INEC, and I don't know what planet he's living at, because I see Mr. Yakubu's attitude is kind of likened to the apparition at Asoro called Buhari. They're just aloof. It's like you're just in a different planet. You don't know what's going on, or you're pretending to be deaf. So I don't know where that man is. I don't even know what he's talking about. If he's saying we should trust him, trust you as how? When they start clarifying things, when they stop bringing people like Okoye, who comes on national TV wearing suit and swallowing saliva and pausing just to answer simple, direct questions that is not even clear, how can I trust you? So I don't know what Mr. Yakubu or Alhaji Yakubu is talking about. I really don't know. It's like, what planet are you at? You understand? I don't know, because even if the fact that we cannot trust INEC, like I said before, we have lemons, right? So we have to make lemonade out of the lemon. Fine, go collect your PVC, as everybody's been shouting. Go collect your PVC, but when you get in there are different stories that come about. How are you handling it? You understand? Where is the Mr. Okoye, the spokesperson, come? We don't see him as much again. Sir Elvis, if you guys notice, we don't see Mr. Okoye come as per 2 months ago, or when there was registration. You see him all the time on TV. Yeah, we don't see him anymore, because he can't answer questions that needs to be asked to be answered. He can't. So how can Yakubu come on and tell us to just? It's like they just come on screen, just read some script written by their handlers, or like their surrogates, as Mr. Chuk said. They just read it for the sake of reading. Okay, I don't mark register. I don't read them. Nobody's speaking from the heart. Nobody's speaking to people. They are speaking at us instead of to us. I don't know where we're going to. We have to be aggressive. We have to be aggressive if we want to take Nigeria back from these charlatans, seriously speaking. And like I've been saying, I am an advocate of not enabling our people back home with money. Not enabling our people back home with money. Apart from them showing them your PVC, people can collect PVC and sit at home or just play football on election day. They will not go and vote just because they want to collect money. But please, my people, those of you in diaspora, Stop sending money. Don't send money to any of them until after February 25th. I keep saying it. Do you know why? Because you have to let your people know that if Nigeria is peppering them so much, they should make sure Peter Obi wins. If he doesn't win, it means that they've accepted to be peppered every day. So why are you spending your hard-earned money? The weather is freaking cold. Some of you wake up at 3 a.m., 5 a.m. to go and work. And there's somebody in Nigeria is shouting, say Baba or Agbado or whatever, Mikano, and then you will not send your hard-earned money. And they'll tell you, brother, the money is even small. And then and some of them will not even vote.
And many of them are very ungrateful.
Yes, showing your PVC is not enough. Showing their PVC is not. Don't send any money for. Let this Christmas pepper them very well. Let it pepper. Let them become so broke and pained. In fact, let them not even pick your call until Peter Obi wins. So you have to tell them like that. Collecting PVC is not enough proof that they will vote for Labour Party. Tell them to go and mobilize. Tell them to go and make sure they should protect their vote. They should make sure Peter Obi wins. If the Nigeria pepper them rich, they will want a change. If Nigeria pepper Nigerians rich, they will want it. They will fight for that change. Now, if it doesn't pepper them, then they want the status quo. Well, why are you sending your money? Are you going to continue in this cycle of sending money for tomato, pepper, rice, salt, school fees, different things? Are you going to continue this kind of life? And maybe some of you want to live abroad for the rest of your life. I don't know. But if you think that you want to just ignore, oh, I'm not sending money, or you just feel like, let me send money now. What is just $100, just £100 is nothing. It's something, because you're depriving yourself from good quality of life here. You're depriving your children from the good quality of life. Your sacrifices you are making is too much. I know what I'm saying, because I know a lot of people who cannot even eat 3 square meals in diaspora. They can't eat 3 square meals because they have to cut short because they want to send money home. Some people do 2-3 jobs. You know what it is? You only sleep for 4 hours in a 24-hour period. What does that portend? It creates high blood pressure. It creates heart disease. And then because of the kind of work you are eating, junk food, because you're eating on the go. All those things are part of the stress. It creates so many diseases. Most of our young people are dying abroad. Some of them are sleeping. They're not waking up. It's all part of it. It's all relative. It's all related to the stress of Nigeria, to the stress of keeping up with our family members, worrying about them. I am telling you, in fact, most of the people that are asking you for money now, they just want to go and shy you. Some of them will tell you, please send me money for Christmas dress. What does that? It tells you that they have so much food in the house that they're even asking for Christmas dress. So Christmas dress. So the meaning of that is they're not really hungry. They just want to take free money. So my people, stop sending money to anybody. There's nothing to celebrate. I'm only praying to God and celebrating the birth of Jesus Christ by praying and reading my Bible. For those of you who are Christian, that's what you should do. That's why you should go and volunteer somewhere. There's nothing like spending stupendously, because there's nothing to spend. Next year, everything's going to go high. Inflation rate is going to be ×2 next year. So you should be saving. So don't send money to anybody in Nigeria. Tell them to make sure Peter Obi wins. When Peter Obi wins, you can send them double portion. That's just my advice. So please take this advice. This is serious. Don't send money. Let it pepper them enough to make that change. Exactly. And as per Agbado talking, I don't really like talking about that man. When they said he was talking to leaders of the Labour, who are the leaders? Because we need to know the name. Is it the Labour Party, or is this a conglomerate of the likes of what's his name, MC Oluomo, and all those tout leaders? I don't know who, or the ones that are subservient to Remy or his son.
Oshomole.
Exactly. So who are the real Labour leaders? Or those ones are planted to sit down there. They're delegated and assigned to sit down and listen to him. So what kind of useless talk is that? I'm not even, Mr. Naja, with all due respect, I don't have anything to say about Agbado, because there's really nothing to say. Thank you. I don't know if I missed any other topic, because I was kind of off for a minute.
You've addressed everything. You've addressed everything. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right. Wow. Margarita. Okay. Unayeram. We could not send any money to anybody for Nigeria if they are not ready to change the narrative, the suffering that we all are facing. They are even the one facing the suffering more than us. So if they are not ready to support Peter Obi, why should I be sending my money from here to you? You are not serious. That's what it means. Okay. to CBD. Please talk to us.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Ninja. Madam Rita just, hit the nail on the head. I don't know if any other person, actually, I don't think any other person can put it better than the way she has put these things. Uh, she said something also about this when people are, have this impression that, once you're abroad and, all these things that people are doing abroad, the most important is usually for you to be able to work. I don't know why anybody would have in mind that they want to live all their life abroad. I don't know for what reason. Maybe they know better. Is it because of road and lights and what? Because if it's for economic reason, you might have that dream, foreign dream, whether it's American dream or whichever country you are. But you have to pay for that. You have to work tirelessly. Sometimes you work till you're in your 60s. So, what kind of life is that? Sometimes I believe like the best way to look at these things is you go outside, you work, you target probably maybe 10 years or so, and make sure that within that process you're able to do things home, maybe send money, have a trusted person that can help you develop some things. You also can go back every once in a while. Then you can go home and enjoy your work, your sweat. So, it's not easy. People do a lot of jobs to be able to keep up. People are sleeping few hours. I saw that kind of lifestyle, and there's just very few of us, very few people that maybe have it a little different, not even much different, just a little. So um, also this issue of this journalist talking about the video you played about when they are admonishing these other presidential candidates to present themselves for questioning. The thing is that one of them have a TV station. Why I don't know for whatever reason why he has not gone there, where he knows that everything will be done, according to his comfort. We can see them. They've started interviewing themselves, maybe for ratings, because obviously I don't know who is going there to watch them. So maybe now we see them confronting themselves. I watched one that they were asking Dele Alek, what's the name? Dele Alake, yeah. And he was even as much as he was being interviewed by the station where he was the chairman or the manager or the director, yet the man was still provoked with some questions. So that's to show you how bad it is, and how impossible it is for them to defend the indefendable. So it's quite sad. And when you look at the issue of what's the name, INEC, Mr. Festus Okoye recently, like Madam Rita said, we're no longer seeing those people come out. And I don't know if you've noticed that these people always look for one person from a region or tribe or that seem like they are on the other side, and mostly that's why even in the army you'll see somebody as Ubike, who I don't know who is the person, will come out to be speaking for them during the time when they were going after all the uh, agitators. The DSS spokesman is not somebody, yeah, something like that, an Igbo man. So unfortunately, I don't know who is falling for all those games, but the people that are falling for it, that those people, they still have a very long way to go. So, like the previous Madam Rita said, you cannot just say trust us when you're not putting structures in place, to make sure that this thing work. You're telling us that people are, selling, are buying PVCs. You're not exposing these people. Now, police is saying that you have not given them the go-ahead to prosecute these people. So it's just quite unfortunate These people, they are not, I don't know what is independent about them. I really don't know what is independent about them, you know. So it's quite unfortunate, but at the same time, we are just counting on this new electoral, procedure of casting ballots and all that, because the only thing now we must, be talking about, and for them to know that we are watching, is as regards to their systems. Because if you've been to a few African countries, they have this process long ago. I don't know what Nigerians think. That's why when they're shouting giant of Africa, it's just sometimes it's just the name and the history, and maybe one or two other things. Because most African countries already have this process. And sometimes what you usually hear is that somebody tried to hack into the system, somebody hacked into it, and somebody did this and that. But still, it works most of the time. So we just need to make sure that we put pressure on these people, the political parties that have a stake like Labour Party. We put pressure on these people for them to know that we cannot take that excuse. They have to make. Buhari said the other day that he has given these people every single resources that they need to deliver a smooth election. So that's to tell you that it's not a matter of money. He has given these people everything they need. He said it. And before the federal government will say such a thing, they have really done it. That he gave every single thing they need. So we have to make sure that INEC accounts, we have to hold them accountable for everything. And all these words, all this lip service will not do it. We need to see processes in place. We need to see them prosecuting people that is trying to, sabotage their system and all that. So thank you. Let me stop for now. Thank you.
Thank you very much, CBD. Thank you very much, sir. To Nigeria, please talk to us.
Yeah, thanks. Regarding I think somebody said something about Tinubu fighting for democracy. I remember during those days when Abacha was around and people were running helter-skelter, Kudirat being assassinated, Bola Ige, Gani, all of them. Tinubu was in the UK, which, if you look at his patterns right now, not much has changed because he does spend a lot of time in the UK.
Oh, to Nigeria, we lost you. Fortunately, maybe you might come back. But before that, Mr. Collins, please talk to us, sir. Okay, to Nigeria is back. Sorry, to Nigeria is back. Sorry. To Nigeria, we lost you. What happened? Okay, let's come back to you, to Nigeria. Let's call.
Sorry, my connection sometimes breaks away. Sorry about that. It just started happening recently. I'll have to sort it out. Okay. So as I was saying, Tinubu was in the UK when all this stuff happened. And I remember during that period, Tinubu was not a major figure. Yeah, he does show up now and again on newspaper as somebody from the UK and, campaigning against this and Abacha. But he wasn't at the forefront of everything. So after that period, when I left Nigeria, only to return and to find that Tinubu somehow have crafted the struggle in his own image, which is a little bit strange for me. And one of the things I experienced, that stuff rubbed me up the wrong way. Because when I was in Lagos, I was quite happy. Lagos was quite vibrant and all the rest of it. And whenever you talk about, what's going on in Lagos, who did all this, people were praising Ambode as the governor then. And they talked about how Ambode did something on this and this on that. I was just like, oh, that's interesting. They seem to be pleased with their governor and all the rest. Within that same period I was in Lagos, that was when Ambode, they were supposed to be selecting their, the person that's going to run for the party the next time. And he was removed. And I couldn't understand it at all. I was like, but this guy is popular from the road. Nobody told me. I didn't even have to read it from the newspaper. He was popular in terms of the people. And they told me that, because Tinubu wasn't happy with him. I'm like, what is that? So it tells you everything you need to know. If he was so-called fighting for democracy, he has perverted what democracy represents. because he has crafted it in his own image for his own purposes and his own benefit. No wonder he comes along and talks about being a Miloku and all that kind of stuff that he likes to act as if he's entitled to it. Because I don't know how Nigeria is given the space to operate to that point in the first place. So today I was even having a discussion with one of his supporters, and this is a guy that likes to call everybody out on everything. I was like, how can you sit there and see this guy that is very unwell and you want him to be the president after we just had another one that was back-to-back? We can't have a back-to-back ill leaders. He tries to make every excuse. I said, you go, I hear you talking in Pan-Africanist channels, and you have a candidate that went to Haiti 2010 to go and support them there, came back and created a foreign, a manifesto that has this foreign policy as Afrocentric, and you are still supporting Tinubu. While we were having that discussion, Tinubu was making a speech in I think Akwa Ibom. He was talking in a kind of town hall, and I noticed that his hands was shaking. I was like, okay, it looks like his hand is beginning to shake now. And within that many seconds, he said, no, he's not going to answer any questions again. And I said, you see what I mean? You are supporting somebody that you know clearly is not well. His VP has already claimed the security portfolio, which is technically the commander-in-chief's portfolio, has claimed it for himself. And the other party members are busy thinking that they are also going to have control of their portfolio because the center is going to be very weak. And that is a recipe for anarchy. You are going to have a kind of a compartment and this is competition between different angles of the government. And we can't have a nation. If you remove this guy, Jonathan, from the middle, you have Yaradua, you have this in Buhari. Then now you go and have Tinubu that is also ill. When we have young youths languishing everywhere, not having anything to do, and you have someone like Peter Obi in the middle of it all, younger than both of the other two people, has more empathy, has more credibility than the other two, and you go and support this guy that I told him everything you will want to throw at Peter Obi. Tinubu is worse at it, especially all the negative things you want to throw at Peter Obi. Tinubu has done worse in all those categories, and all the good things you want to give Tinubu, Peter Obi has done better at them. So I don't understand how anybody can rationalize supporting Tinubu given the circumstances the country is facing right now. And I like the fact that Tinubu, Peter Obi, during his campaign, I just saw the video earlier on, was talking about how being a president is tasking. It's tasking mentally and it's tasking physically. We can't have a president that is not there, and this is very, very important that these Tinubu supporters understand, because part of winning this election is to let the other side understand the merits of their candidates and let them know that you are not even voting for Tinubu. You are going to be voting for so many different people that are just going to be controlling the government. The guy is not fit. He is not fit. I don't know. Sometimes even one man goes on and talks about as if he cannot see. He knows he can see. He just blinds himself. I would not agree to blind myself, because in the end, it's about the greater good of the country. Because if the country does well, we are all going to do better out of it. How these people can be so selfish and just think that, okay, because I support this guy, I will just go ahead with it, not thinking about how it's going to affect him, the future, and the rest of some of them. It might actually affect them personally very well, because obviously they are bribed and they might actually get, contract, whatever they are going to get from it. But for the entire country, it's not going to benefit everybody. It's not going to benefit a lot of people. And I don't understand the logic behind that. And that person I was having that debate with, it turns out that this person is a no-nonsense person. And he doesn't have any comeback. He didn't have any comeback. It tells you most of the people that support him, they know his flaws, but they're just covering it up, pretending as if it's not happening for whatever reason they are doing it. And I need Peter Obi followers to understand this. Most of the stuff they are saying doesn't hold water. They are all hearing about the polls. The guy tried to say that the polls is faulty and all that. I said, even if a secondary school girls ran that poll, 20% margin is beyond any error they can even make. 20% margin in an election where you have 4 major candidates is massive for one candidate. And for anybody to pretend otherwise, the only reason why they would do that is because they feel that they can manipulate the election outcome physically on the ground. One way or the other, they want to cheat their way through it. So they try to create a kind of impression that the election is still very close. And I wish there are more polls coming out, because we need to be getting an idea, because that matters in what happens after. Because if the polls are clearly showing a massive gap, a massive margin between one candidate and the other, and then after the election you see something totally the opposite, then you know something has gone wrong. It's a good measure of how you can tell things are going wrong. And I may be surprised that we are not getting more polls towards the election. Maybe it's going to change, I don't know, but it should start. We should start getting more, at least one every week, so that we start gauging what is happening. And personally, for me to end this, I would say Peter Obi should be doing what he's doing now. What I heard him say today was quite good. He has this ability to respond to adversity, which is also a critical ability. It's a trait you want in a leader anyway. But he needs to be more aggressive and needs to be able to show up more in places. You don't have to have 10,000 people all the time. Just show up where the media is going to pick you up, and they will pick you up because they want to see whether you make a mistake or the other. Just keep talking. Tinubu will be struggling. Sooner or later, he will be struggling to just appear in the airwaves. By the time they will be pushing him to go and go and go, he's going to make more and more mistakes. I've seen it happen in campaign cycles before, where two candidates are going at it on and on and on, because you see the other guy start getting exhausted because he has to always respond, try to occupy the airwaves all the time. And Peter Obi's message is strong, and what he said today is a strong message. Run with it, just keep running with it, and exhaust the other parties out and reveal their vulnerabilities. Atiku is not even, I don't even know where that one is. It's only Tinubu now that is standing. You wonder why the poll is that wide. When I say this, from what I can see in my own eyes, I don't understand why Tinubu supporters and Atiku supporters are claiming that the election is close. Because what I see in my own eyes is that I don't see them. I don't see them anywhere. They keep telling us that they are showing up, that they are having these massive campaigns, they are doing all this, and they are reaching people. I don't see the people they are reaching. I don't hear a lot of people defending them. The people that are defending them are, they are intellectuals. You still see them now and again, but by far the rump of the population is actually for Peter Obi, whether they know him or not, whether they are passionately for him or not. I know that the Southeast and the South is a no-go area for any other party. Just forget it. And the fact that Tinubu is bothering to go to Akwa Ibom, I think he's just begging for 25%, maybe if he can get it there. And that's what I said to that guy. 25%, they'll be lucky to get it from that region at this stage. So Peter Obi followers should realize this and take heart that all this stuff with Okupe is nothing. It's just going to blow. But the way they have responded to it is the best way they can respond to it. He stepped down, and as an earlier speaker said, this is setting a standard. Any other person that steps out of line steps down. Get out of the way. Let the trade move on, because it's not about you. And that is, you see how leadership works. That is how Atiku should have responded with the issue with Wike. Lack of leadership. Like I said before, he didn't even fire the gate man for Ayu just to say he's doing something. 5 meetings, he didn't do anything. So that is not leadership. And that's how a person wants to run Nigeria. You see what I mean? All these people are betraying their ability to lead already from their behavior. Tinubu just talks with such arrogance, as if what he's saying is so profound. He's a guy that has an uncosted manifesto that just makes pronouncement. And I saw a video that he made years ago before doing Buhari's campaign. He was saying basically the same thing that he's saying now. Not much has changed. I don't understand. There is no credibility there. This guy is just taking people for granted. Maybe if he gets into office, he might do one, two things. But is he better than Peter Obi? By a long shot, he's not. And I believe that the trends you see in Nigeria today is indicating that even some of the elites actually prefer P2B to get into office. Look at the people calling for the CBN chairman, the CBN governor to be, thrown out of office. It's like, what is going on? There's a war going on at the top right now? You see that video you just played just now showing Tinubu calling Buhari? Because he's not sure Buhari is going to support him. Why do you think he feels he needs to be doing that? Buhari the other day said, vote anybody you like. This is a party leader. Do you know how funny that kind of statement is? In the UK, you will never hear a party, like a conservative party leader, telling the voters to vote whoever they like. You're going to tell them to vote for your party. Tell them to uphold your legacy. Tell them to vote for the person that is coming next. But Buhari is like, oh no, I'm going to make sure the election is free and fair. I'm going to make sure that no agberos, no hoodlums, and all. Who do you think he's referring to? These guys, the Tinubu campaign, they are struggling, and I really, really envy their ability to pretend as if everything is all good. It's not good. All the signs are not good. They come out openly laughing, dancing. I don't understand it. Why are you dancing? Because all the indications are that you are losing. So they are either delusional, doing a lot of wishful thinking, or they have a plan to sabotage the election. And this is something that we as Nigerians have to be aware of. The polls have to be done regularly. Go ahead.
Sorry, you talked about that town hall? Did you see that how they keep on campaigning with their so-called, the failures of maybe PDP that was there how many years ago? Forgetting that their party has been in power for over 7 years, going to 8 years.
That's a very good point, because that guy made the same point again. He said PDP, you know what the guy was telling me? PDP was in office for in 16 years, but yours has been in office for the last 8 years. You have 8 years to correct all the errors of PDP and do your own thing. What have you done? And that's what I keep telling him, and they don't seem to understand it. I don't know. It's like they are in a la-la land where they are not really embedded in reality anymore. Because they know. You see, that's the thing about followers. You have to be careful when you follow people blindly. You have to be rational about things. When you are looking at a candidate that is clearly faulty, anybody that looks at Tinubu and say this guy is healthy, she's capable of running for office, you know that person is doing wishful thinking. They know full well he's not healthy. They know full well he may not be all there. For whatever reason, they just want him to get into office anyway. You see my point? So that guy made that kind of straw man argument. I said, your guy has been in office for 8 years, and all we have seen is the similar stuff. And I even told him Tinubu's actually campaigned for Buhari, which is interesting because I'm not sure Buhari is going to do the opposite for him. Tinubu actually campaigned for Buhari. I heard him saying some of these things he's saying now for Buhari too. And none of those things has happened. I don't hear him calling Buhari out and say, why have you not done this? Why have you not built this thing, gotten the security infrastructure right? Why have you not built an world-class hospital so that we don't have to be traveling overseas anymore? Why have you not done this? Why have you not taken care of the power supply issues? Why have you not created sources for the state to collect more revenues? Why have you not cancelled this fuel subsidy? No, you don't see all that. I don't see Tinubu campaigning that we should discover where our lost oil has gone. No, he doesn't. You don't hear him saying all those things. He is just part of the same establishment that has caused so much trouble for our people. And even in that campaign, I saw the diaspora minister talking. And I'm like, it's funny, isn't it? That this diaspora minister actually described her as a glorified slave trader, and the Tinubu name is associated with slave trade. That's what I was telling his followers. Like, you don't know the interesting coincidence of this same type of people, because that diaspora leader go on all the time praising Nigerians that are doing very well overseas while doing nothing to bring them back to help the country. It's like, what is your job?
All right,
And the ones who are in trouble, she keep on talking about how they are all criminals and all
Exactly. She will
Can you
start
imagine?
blaming them too.
To
So
Niger,
yeah.
please hold on. I think Israel want to respond to your delivery. Israel, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you very much. Mr. Tunaja, you are making me laugh here. Do you know why I'm laughing? Because that is the truth. A lot of Nigerians are actually following them, but they don't actually look at the thing these people actually they are doing. We have that in even the platform we are using now. Some of this platform, if you watch, some of these platforms that they claim they used to support these people before, because they didn't give them money, they turned to Obi. Now the Obi they are supporting, watch anytime they come out, look under their logo. You will see back 2023, and they say they are supporting Obi. And the people, most of our Nigerians, the gullible one, they will still be saying, "Carry on, sir." I people like you still don't understand that these people are changing your ways. They are actually telling you that they support Obi, but behind the scene, it's clearly written on their wall who they support. Because of this, what you are saying. An example now, look at what happened today. Do you actually know that before this thing, the Labour Party, the Labour itself, NLC, has already aligned with, the Labour Party, that they were going to support them? Look at what the APC did today. They went to carry who? Adam Soshomole. And this our Mr. Know-it-all, Mr. English speaker, that even the Oxford Dictionary rejects. They went to bring him, comedian, so that they can ginger them to say, well, yes, they are for us. You see what they do, those so-called APC. That is how they did it during this so-called Christian, Muslim this thing. They went to bring the Christian. You see the way they are changing, they are trying to change the narrative, pushing that indoctrination
They can only cajole or capture the gullible Nigerians. Non people like
this
us.
Is what, when Tunaja was talking, when Tunaja was, I was actually just laughing because it's really shown even to those in diaspora, they will see and they will see, they don't check like, this thing is true. And that is what they do. This is an instrument for them.
Yeah, wait to Nigeria talk and say these people are not happy. They are just pretending coming out with masks.
Yes. Yes. Even when he talks about democracy, the APC talks about democracy. They always want to champion democracy. Sometimes I laugh. The democracy you said you are championing, you are the one seizing it. Because they said you build Lagos, like what Tunaja said. Truly, you single-handedly remove a sitting governor. And you are preaching democracy. Okay, the same democracy now. People want to campaign for their own candidates. If you want to say you guys are actually practicing the democracy, why are these people being persecuted for just exercising their franchise? Okay. Give them the chance. But you guys will keep preaching. We are fighting for them. It is the people. That is why I told Nigerians just now. Don't try to copy their indoctrination. Give them education so that they know that if these people, they don't open eye. That is what Nigerians are giving to them because your movement is called obedient. And what does obedient is? It's another short form of saying obey. And what does it? Obey the rule of law. Obey the constitution. These are the people who has never done that for the creation of Nigeria. They give you lies and indoctrination, and they still want to wear that garment, and they want you to wear it. Now you are pulling it off. You are giving them the education. They are running away. This is the problem. This is the problem we are facing now because they know now Nigerians are more educated than them.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, my brother. Okay, Tunaja, please round up.
Yeah, as I was saying, this same person that people are, some people he likes to claim the benefit of fighting for democracy. I don't understand that. But if anything, he has perverted democracy greatly. And from what they are doing right now, they are looking to pervert it again because they know full well there's no way they are going to win this election with the way the democracy is, the polls are showing right now. Maybe they might win more, like maybe governorship and all the rest of it because the PWB party is relatively new, but in terms of the presidency, they should forget it. I don't see that happening, and it's not going to happen easily for them if it's even possible at all. And this is why I still think there is importance in physical polls. They need to be carrying it regularly so that people understand the trajectory of where things are going, or maybe all the parties can afford to do their own, because it gives you the, how everything fits in. Because if a party is showing that their own poll is not very good, it's a good sign that the other is doing better. You see what I mean? So, in closing, I will say that the OB campaign and supporters should take heart in the fact that their candidate is doing quite well. And but I always say that he should be more aggressive in making himself more visible. Talk about things that differentiates him from the other parties. I like the energy he showed today. That energy is very important. Don't shy away from any issue in Nigeria. Talk about the issue. If you feel like they are coming with tribalism, talk about it. They're going to, like with corruption, he went straight for it. That is the kind of standard. Every single thing they trust you, you can convert it to a strength. Nothing, because it's the only reason why we see it as a failure is because we are using the prior precedents. But in reality, there is a lot of opportunities. Like when this guy didn't show up for a campaign, this event, next time, turn it to your own campaign rally. If he doesn't show up for the debate, turn it to your campaign rally. And if the president didn't show up, he sends his vice DP, use that to insert DP to the end of the earth. Next time, there's a lot of opportunities in campaigns and in during this period if you just use them. And I believe that Peter Obi is very well equipped. As a matter of fact, one of the things I'm surprised about him is that when he comes out with his responses, it tends to be quite sharp and quite good. And he just needs to be doing that a bit more. Let more people see him. I really wish more people see him. You see what I mean? So that is anything I will add to that. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, to Niger. Let's hear from Mr. Collins. Mr. Alex,
no, Mr. Ladeos, I'm ready.
Okay, you are ready now. Okay, talk to us. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, everybody, for the good work you are doing. Those on the comment section, I salute you as always. Thank you. And my fellow panelists, Mr. Najawash and his team, thank you, everybody. History will not forget us. Yeah, today we read about great people who fought for one struggle or the other in humanity in different countries of the world. Your names will be mentioned too on that Najawash platform. So we are not doing it because we are paid. We are not doing it because we are jobless. We are not doing it because we don't have anything to do with our time and our data, because we are doing it for the love of our country, for the love of humanity, for the love of the green, white, green. We want to see a better country where things work, a better country of transparency, accountability, democracy in its true meaning. A country where we will be proud to say we are from that country. So I'm very happy with the way things are going. For the first time in Nigerian political history since 1999, there is a third force. And this third force is like, is taking over the whole platform, and everybody is shaking. People are running at a scatter. People are a lot of people are still, standing on the fence, waiting for the right time to join the bandwagon of change. First of all, I want to say that if they are even thinking of sabotaging the elections, they don't know what is coming. During the NSAS, people knew where Edo State governor was hiding. He was not in the Edo State government house. It was Philu Shahibu who was there. Many governors ran away already. Trust me. So if I can speak like this, you can imagine what other Nigerians are saying. NSAS was already, we were almost there. It was just testing the mic. We know what to do now. What they will see, they cannot believe it. Don't underrate a desperate man. Don't underrate a man who thinks he doesn't have a future. They should think, I'm telling APC this and PDP. I'm telling INEC this. Don't underrate people who are ready to die. So it's just a warning. Some political figures and business figures were already running out of the country. We saw the videos, including this Ahmed Bola Tinubu, former President Olusegun Obasanjo. We saw them running at a scatter. So they know, And Obasanjo said it some months ago, that if INEC attempt to rig this coming, polls, NSAS will just be like a testing ground. And they know. So we have over 30 million youths who are not doing anything. Over 6 million students nationwide. They know. So how many can you kill? And many people in the uniform, on uniform duty, are ready to join like they did. I know how many policemen, how many mobile police, how many soldiers put their uniform and joined us during the NSAS in Benin. So sabotaging is out of it. Why Buhari is saying he's committed to a free and fair election is this. In 2017, there are rumors that Buhari is no more. We don't know who is in Aso Rock. It's just speculations. He had a deal with the powers that be in the United Kingdom and the United Nations. I don't know what that deal was, but I saw from my political calculations that in 1977, Obasanjo drove away British petroleum from Nigeria through the indigenization decree. And in 2017, BP came to Nigeria. That same period, Buhari was at the hospital. What happened there? Go and make your calculations. And they be drilling oil with other oil companies, with Chevron and the rest of them. Why did British petroleum come to Nigeria in 2017? What was the agreement? What was the exchange rate? What was it? So something went, why did they go after him suddenly? Why did he become the most wanted man on the planet in the Nigerian criminal justice? So make your calculations, make your hypotheses, and deduce your solutions. You realize that the Nigerian state right now is under heavy obligation to conduct a free and fair elections. You saw how Buhari, brought over 6,000 or 7,000 military personnel to Edo State during 2020 polls. So right now he's committed, he's obligated, because the world cannot contain it if anything happens in Nigeria next year. The Syrian migration into Europe taught the European Union a big lesson. Up till now, they've not come out of that stress. Angela Merkel had to storm Brussels. They had to amend rules of visas and boundary protections. So the world is watching Nigeria elections. I'm not saying we should look at what they are saying. I don't like them. I don't respect them with the way they are dealing with Africa. I'm not a fan of the British and the American or the world power oligarchy. But I'm just telling you what it is. I'm just telling you the reality that Buhari has no choice. That is why he will do everything to ensure a free and fair election. Because if there is fire in Nigeria, the whole world, the whole Africa is in problem. And the whole world is in problem. Remember, Africa is shared within the powers that be at the European Union and at the United Nations. To countries like Germany, like France, they all have former territories that they seek control one way or the other. So they don't want any problems. The central banks of many countries, in this continent, is in Paris. Some of them are in Germany. They have a way of mingling into these things economically, politically. So they wouldn't want anything to happen. So obedience movement, all you have to do is to continue to canvass, continue to encourage people politely, make sure they get their PVC, and make sure they vote for Mr. Peter Obi. Victory is sure, because APC has lost, they've lost their, with what just happened today now, Okupe has already set the pace for good leadership. We used to say here on Nigeria Watch platform that nations around the world, when leaders fail, they either resign and they kill themselves. I'm not saying the man should go and kill himself tomorrow. I don't want him dead, but I'm just telling you the way to be responsible, to taking responsibilities for your actions. This is how it is. Never has it been said in the Nigerian political structure or history that any leader has resigned on its own. This has been a tug of war between Nonso Wike and Mr. Abubakar, the PDP man. This has been a tug of war because of greediness, because of selfishness, because of sectarism. People lose their sense of morality. So what this man has done, he has let us know these are the blinks, the flashlights of what is coming after Obi has won these coming presidential elections. So I'm very happy because right now, the whole world is going to be amazed, not only Nigeria, African countries, media are going to read about it, that somebody can resign in Nigerian political structure, whether in government or in politics, a presidential, somebody that is at the presidential, group can actually tender a letter and say, I am resigning. Why is he resigning now? Because of a court case. Not that he's a criminal or he was guilty of money laundering. It's just of a case that is just, for me, I see it as a political witch hunting. Nevertheless, just to set the record straight, I'm very happy. I dare APC, I dare PDP to do the same. They will not do the same because they don't have the interest of the people at heart. So the man must have reflected. He must have thought about many things. He must have talked to Mr. Peter Obi for the sake of the Nigerian people, for the sake of the Nigerian youths, for the sake of the Nigerian diasporans, for the sake of the common goods of the Nigerian populace, for the sake of the work done by our heroes past, Anthony Enaro, for the sake of Awolowo, for the sake of Azikiwe, for the sake of Albert Macaulay. Let us do it this way. So I'm very happy. This is what we look at for. I'm grateful. And I really hope, I look forward to Mr. Obi standing on that podium with the national anthem playing for him and for a new Nigeria where competence and merit will reign. So guys, what these guys, these political cabals did, trying to frustrate Obi Dati movement, is a blessing in disguise. Because now we are proving to them what is leadership. What they've fought themselves over, they've dragged themselves in the mud, Wike and Atiku, over the months, they've turned themselves to musicians and comedians. In split seconds, somebody say, I am stepping aside. I mean, the guy deserves a big hug from me. Doesn't matter. Nobody is perfect, and it's not his fault. These are just laws that some of us can be guilty of. So guys, I'm very, very happy with this. Let us keep pushing it. And INEC should be very careful. Nigerians don't have joy now. INEC should be very careful. At every state, if you have any INEC personnel around your area, I have one in my street. If you have any INEC person at any level, talk to them, to talk to their boss. If you can go and meet their boss, talk to them one-on-one to tell you how they plan to ensure free and fair elections in your own polling unit. Is very important. Let them know that we are stakeholders. Let them know it's not business as usual. Let them know that we want to die with these elections. We are ready because it's our future, it's our children's future. We cannot afford another 8 years of hardship. We don't want a dollar to be 5,000 naira to $1 on our head. We don't want a bag of rice to go to 200,000 naira on our head. Should any of the other parties win, that's how it's going to be. We don't want war, but if they want to do it the other way around, we will also give it to them. I'm not calling for war, but right now, the people in Nigeria are not living. They are just existing. There's nothing to live for. So if the war comes, everybody will gladly come out so that we can all, bomb the country. But I'm not praying for it. It's really frustrating here. So guys, let's get our PVCs. Thank you.
Thank you, my brother Alex. Thank you. Okay, Mr. Collins, you can talk to us now.
Yeah, thank you for having me back. I think Mr. Les have said it all. He just said everything I wanted to say, but I just have to add some few things. What is happening in Nigeria now is a change that is going to happen, and a change that we all believe in. We all believe we'll be working, we'll be praying for this change, and it's happening. And it's happening in the name of P2B because God will start, everything will start from somewhere. And it started from P2B. It started from MSAS. From MSAS, he moved to P2B movement. So everything that is happening in Nigeria is not a new thing. Even today that the Labour DG resigned today, you remember last time the army man, the military man that was resigned before this, it's also P2B. It's also under Labour because they are trying to set an example. They are setting an example that other people have to emulate. If we want to a better Nigeria, you have to set the example. The other man resigned before. When even people complain that, sir, we find you do something like this. The man humbly resigned. The same thing today. the DJ did the same thing. That shows you two valid people. These two people, two valid people in the party, resign for no any question, for no any argument or anything. Then just humble themselves and resign. That shows you the kind of government that P2B want to place, the kind of government he want to bring in. So he's leading by example. A lot of things that happen today, most of people are emulating. Before, we are not used to all this confederation debate. Nigeria are not used to it. We are not used to go to visit people. People ask you questions. We are not used to it. All these things are happening because of there is a new person. And somebody have brought a new change. So if you want to be a president of Nigeria, my brother, you have to follow this way. You have to do this. So before, by now, we could have seen Adams to show me a lot of them eating corn in the street of Benin, or seeing Tinubu and his people eating corn in the street of Lagos, or seeing Atiku in the street of Katsina, eating food with Alamajo. But those things are no longer here now because people are tired of those old mentality, old cycle. So now, if you want to become a president of Nigeria, imagine Atiku can sit down and have a debate. They ask him a question, he'll be able to answer. Even Tinubu, he's trying as much as he can to escape it, but he can't escape it. He still find a way to even ask people, at least read something. But before, I don't think Tinubu will come out to read a paper for people. But he's trying to read paper for people. That shows you how Nigerians are preparing for this election. And I keep telling people, P2B is not 100 million people is going to vote for P2B. The last election, maybe 15 million people decided the fate of Nigeria. 15 million people decide the fate of Nigeria. Imagine now, if we can get 30 million of people, 30 million, and people are complaining people should go and take their voters card, which I am agitating for people should go and take their voters. But I know that before this election, a lot of people have their voters card because of they don't have this urge, this hunger to come and vote. But because of P2B have come into the circle now, have made a lot of people now want to vote. People, last election, at least maybe 5% of Nigeria partake in that last election. But trust me, if 50% of Nigeria, even 20%, even 30% partake in this election, coming out to vote for P2B, I don't see where APC, they can't ring this election. PDP can't ring it. They will try as much as they can. They can't. Because the whole thing have changed. And if you want to do anything to cause harm to Nigeria, and anybody try to ring this election, it's going to, what is going to happen in Nigeria, even I think Somalia will be more better. Because people are angry. When I mean people are angry, the hunger in Nigeria, the insecurity, the economy, the everything, people dying every day are the thing that is making this election. You can't tell me that 100 people that was massacred. Look at the one that was happening in Casino and other places today. People are dying every day. So this is the thing that is going to change this election. So if anybody that is still maybe not believing that P2B is going to win this election, I don't know the kind of country that person is living. I have a friend who is my friend. We both of us stay here. In Ghana, as I'm talking to you, in Ghana people are watching what is happening in Nigeria, even because they have a two-party in Ghana, like they have in APC and PDP. Now, they are now praying that what is happening in Nigeria, once P2B emerge as a president, definitely they are going to follow the same thing, the same footstep to make sure they elect a new leader in Ghana, the same thing. So what is happening in Nigeria is not like maybe a new thing, maybe as in it's not a surprise, it's that thing that has been happening, it's been coming, and now is the right time. Like I have to give credit to before I have to give credit to people. Nigerian people are sacrificing a lot. People are sacrificing in this election. People are sacrificing. I have to give them that code. I have to give them that respect. People are campaigning. People are doing their best. I mean, people are doing, and now people have taken this election campaign to street. Now it's no longer in maybe you have to come to Imo State, maybe come to the capital. No, people have go to rural areas. Actually, doing this campaign to rural areas. That is what everything is happening now. Rural areas. That is where the election now is. Most times you won't see people coming out to tell you. If you go online, go to Twitter space, you see people posting their videos. Like as I'm talking to you now, in my community, I said my community, if any person that is going to win election, I believe that one, P2B have win that election. Anybody, that election is not going to move. Even I can't see Atiku Tinubu getting a vote. As in vote, they can't get a vote there. They can't get even one vote in my community. They can't get a vote there. So that one is secure. Even like in my community now, like this Christmas now, we have a launching that is going to happen this Christmas. Most of the team in this election is all about this launching. It's all about making sure that we get people that is going to stand for that election on that day, on that February. So everything is being put in place. So the whole thing, the Nigerians are coming by force. People are going to collect their voters card. People are doing everything. People are making sacrifice. Do you know this is the first time Nigerians are investing in election? This is the first time I'm investing in election. First time in my life that I've invested in election. So imagine this is my first time investing in election. Somebody will sit in Abuja and be telling me crap. Somebody will sit in somewhere and telling me crap. This is first time I'm invested. I invest my energy. I've invested my time. I've invested my financial. And somebody will come from nowhere and tell me that, colleagues, we forget about your investment. We want to. Are you crazy? So, and I believe that as I have invested, a lot of people, even millions of Nigeria have invested. Even people who don't even have money have invested in so many ways. You look at the people selling pure waters in the street, they give people, if they see people campaigning for P2B, they will dash you water. That is an investment. People have invested in one way or the other. So if anybody that is telling you that, okay, we shouldn't be, you are not going to win this election. If you win this election, trust me, everywhere in Nigeria will burn. When I mean everywhere in Nigeria will burn, starting from Mass Rock will burn. And if you look at how this election, people are not watching this election carefully. This is the first time in Nigeria election that president is not following the flag bearer to his campaign. Buhari is not even involving himself in Tinubu campaign. Maybe at least if you see when Yaradua Obasanjo was there, you see Obasanjo there, you see Obasanjo in every Yaradua campaign. You will see Buhari there. You are not seeing Buhari there. People are not taking notice of that. Buhari don't follow with Tinubu to the election campaign. Buhari is always in him. Maybe he found one way already and move out from Nigeria, while APC are going other places to do that. Apart from the only time Buhari was in their campaign when they were doing their primary election, Buhari haven't been in any of Tinubu election, any of Tinubu campaign. That shows you how this election is, because the young man is even tired. He wants to leave the office. So if anybody may be believing that maybe INEC, for me, INEC don't have any choice. When people don't have a choice, they don't have option than to call the election, because the election already been called. So you don't have any option. They can try as much as they can. At the end of the day, they can't do anything, because the masses, this is the masses you are dealing with. We are not dealing with the party here. We are not dealing with Labour. We are not dealing with PDP. We are not dealing with you are dealing with Nigerian citizens. So when Nigerian citizens involved in these things, that you can't shy away from it. What happened in NSAS is just a tip, as in a little thing that is going to happen when it's going to happen to the whole country. And as is happening in the north, it's happening in the east, it's happening in the west. So all the whole area that everything is happening everywhere. So if anybody thinking that maybe let Tinubu and his people, and I believe that people are collecting money from Tinubu because they don't have option than to collect the money, because they know that is their money. Okay. That is their money. So they will collect the money, but at the day of election, trust me, average in Nigeria, they know that voting for P2B is your own liberation. And the way P2B is doing now,
all right, I think we lost you there, Mr. Collins. Okay, thank you.
You can hear me now, right?
Yeah, we can hear you now. Please, just round up.
What I'm saying that if you watch the P2B lecture with the student in Akwa Ibom, that alone shows you how a leader, because he's thinking about future. He's not thinking about maybe he's thinking about future. He's targeting with people that he's going to. This is people I'm going to lead. If we are going to get Nigeria, I need to talk to the youth. So, in anything, I am encouraging Nigeria. Don't allow what is happening now to discourage you or maybe to set you back, because the election have already been won. For me, I already stay positive in this. I won't be negative about this election, and I believe that PW will win it. Trust me on that. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Collins. Before I move on to the others, you're talking about Tinubu is giving them money, or they're eating Tinubu's money. It's so disgraceful to see a presidential candidate and his running mate sitting together and giving money to people.
And sorry, Mr. Najawa, before you say, people can see what is happening in Arise News now. I'm just finishing watching what Kenneth Okonkwo is doing with the issue concerning the
Okupe. So we'll be talking about that maybe later or tomorrow. Thank you, sir. Tinubu was caught on a camera giving bribery, if it's corruption, buying vote, or whatever I was doing here. Let's watch this video together.
You have seen the president of the people. By the grace of God, the incoming president of the people. Thank you very much.
Watch when Shetima talked to the police officer in the back there because they are holding a bag of money. This is one of the reasons why CBN said no. They want to limit the kind of cash that these people are going to be carrying. Watch the movement of Shetima here. Make sure just watch the movement of Shetima. That's Shetima there. Tinubu and the middle guy, you know, they are going to give him money. Just watch. That's it. That's it. Let me show you. Just watch. Giving it to him. That guy putting it in his pocket. See that? Giving it to him. Putting it again. You can see. Yes, you guys can see what I'm saying. Okay. Yes, Connor. Good evening to you. Please talk to us. All right.
Sorry. Hello.
Okay. Good evening to you.
Greetings. No, sorry. I was trying to unmute. I don't know what was going on there. But anyway, greetings everybody, and thanks to all the panelists for all the points that were made. I really appreciate each and everyone's opinion on the platform. I think it speaks directly to what it is we should all be doing. And Mr. Naijawa, thank you once again for your consistency. I beg, me God not let that tire you.
Thank you.
Thank you. So yeah, the only thing I'm going to add, because everybody has said everything, everybody has, has said everything. But I just want to, sensitize us a little bit, and I'm sure a lot of people are already aware. Now, I saw a video where the government of DRC and Zambia has signed over their mineral rights to the US. Okay, this is something that's going on, and this is something that's likely going to happen in Nigeria if we fail to vote in the right person. Now, this government of Zambia and DRC, clearly, most of these people do not have a vision. They don't even know what it means to be leaders of countries. They don't know. I'm not sure they've even ever, managed one or two people, because I don't see any reason why you're going to sign over the right to the very essence of your society to outsiders to come and manage for you. It broke my heart yesterday just seeing that these people are sitting in front of these people like little boys, and they are taking their rights to their minerals on their soil. My people, slavery is no longer human selling. It is taking over resources of people, squeeze the life out of them. We already saw what happened with the Ogoni people, the Ogoni land, and part of Rivers State. We know the devastation till today. We need to be we don't have room for mistakes, no room for error, no room. A lot of external bodies are afraid of Nigerians. They know, because a lot of Nigerians are very educated and know what's going on. So as we come here every day to come and talk, every day, literally, since this whole thing started, I can't remember a day that I have not been on this platform or another platform, because I desire to see something good in my own country. I have a great life here, don't get me wrong, but I want to go back home. I want to have my own farm. I grew up on the farm. I ate farm food growing up. I miss all of that. I miss all of that. I remember climbing, tapping palm wine, following people to climb up the tree as well. So please, let's remember There is something at stake that is bigger than all of us. There is something at stake. We cannot have leaders who are willing to just willy-nilly sign off the wealth that the Creator has blessed you and I with. They don't consult with their people when they're signing this right off. They don't talk to anybody. So there will be children that will be born into the societies that will become dependent on outsiders for their daily upkeep. That is not the life that we want. I tell you for free, it is not, because there's a lot going on in the West. They're all because they know Africa is the hope of humanity. Africa is the hope of the rest of the world. Without Africa, they go nowhere. They can't do anything. We need to wake up to that realization. I, for one, I don't know who Peter Obi is. I don't know him. I don't know anybody that knows him. But this man is the only man with common sense. He's not a perfect man. In fact, he's far from being perfect. But I really admire his tenacity. This is what we need to see in our leaders. I really, really appreciate the fact that he's able to take whatever is thrown at him, no matter how humongous the rock is, and he's able to lay castles with it. In fact, I don't know. I have never looked up to anybody in my entire life, apart from my parents. Never. But I can confidently add Peter the Rock Obi on that list of someone that I look up to. That man has proven that he not only has the capacity to lead, he has the compassion. So I beg you, as we go into this election, we have about 65 days left to go. We need to remember, do you want to sign off the rights of the generation yet unborn, your children's children, and those that are going to come after them? Do you want to sign off their rights to people that you don't even know? Is that what you want? You want your children to be born into poverty that they cannot even understand? It is time, if you have not yet woken up, to those that are still sleeping and sitting on the sidelines, your lives, literally, all our lives are at stake. It is Peter the Rock Obi or nothing. We are behind me personally. I'm behind Peter Obi like Iroko tree, immovable. We did here, strong. Oba they go transfer. We dey behind Peter Obi. We know they go transfer. Now here we dey. Whatever they do, if they like, may they remove everybody around him. I'm not voting for anybody else. I'm voting for Peter the Rock Obi. I'm not even seeing anybody else, because that is the man that's going to deliver to you and I what we need to see. You want to be able to travel home, go to the farm, get your hands dirty and do stuff, throw away your phone for like 1 month or 2 months, just rest under nature, eat organic food. I know some people, they say this girl like food. I like food. Not true. But I miss that whole roasting of yam, going to the farm, eating with red oil and pepper, tapping palm. I miss those things. Those are the things that I crave for. We left our country that has wealth to come to another man's land to come and toil. Abeguna, for those of us that are sitting on the corner and saying, abeg, I don't know, abeg, na dem sabi, na dem. Don't sit on the fence. It concerns you. Whether you like, you don't know the stone, you don't know where the stone will take hit you. It's easy to sit from afar and be saying, abeg, concern me, kuku affect my family. You don't know when it go affect your family. You don't know when it go show up for front of your door. Not be just to pray, I pray, I pray, I pray. It is by doing. What are you doing? What sacrifices are you making now to make sure there's change? What sacrifices? Agbado has repeated the same thing he campaigned for Bubu. Is the same thing he's campaigning for again. Make that make sense. In 2015, he told you that you will go to school 4 years and graduate within 4 years. He's still using the same mouth to campaign again, but the sentence is not the complete. That's the only difference. They are Bala Blue joiner. Is that what you want? My people, Biko, may God not let us deliver to outsider wetin give us to chop, to feed ourselves, to take care of our children. Our eye need to open pass just the fact say na Nigeria we dey fight for. No, the fight wey we dey fight big pass Nigeria. There are external factors waiting patiently for the worst of us to get there so that they can sell and chop it off. As these people were sitting like puppies around the table with the US people, they'd be like, hey, God, they sit down, they thank them, say they sign their rights to their minerals to them. Are they saying that the population in that country, nobody gets sense to know how to mine the minerals? Say nobody reach to get money for the country? We need to be careful, oh, please. Peter the Rock will be. Now that one has to make a come add because everybody don't talk everything finish. I go yield for now. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Yes Connor. Thanks for your submission. Thank you. When everybody join here together like this, to sing in one voice, it means a lot to every one of us. In fact, many of us needs to be encouraged, especially in this tough time. Thank you very much. All right. Think everybody have contributed. I'm gonna give everyone one minute.
No. I think I've
Okay,
not been
Mr.
able
T,
to.
we missed you. Yes, you were not available earlier on. Are you
Sorry
there?
about that.
You're available now, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, talk to us.
Thank you very much, Mr. Elvis, for all that you do, and then the Ninja Watch family, to all of the panelists, and then everyone in the comment section. Thank you so much for always coming here. One thing actually brought us all together here, and that is the fact that, like Omoye said, you can live in UK, you can live in Canada, you can live in the United States of America, you can live wherever you want to live in the world. But the question is, or the very first thing you must know is that you're a Nigerian before you actually became a US citizen or a Canadian citizen or a British citizen. You were a Nigerian first before you get the other citizenship somewhere else. But the one that is more authentic and reliable or more dependable is your Nigerian citizenship, because that's where you were born. And we cannot fight it. God actually made us all that we have to come from Nigeria. Maybe if we have that chance to make a choice, would have made some other choice. But I mean, God knows all things, and then He made us Nigerians. But regardless of what is going on today in our country, I tell people how I, as a child growing up, enjoyed the benefit of Nigeria: good education, good health system. I mean, imagine somebody then having a very fatal accident, and then they have to pull you from under a truck, and then they took you to the hospital, and then the doctor will not attend to you, thinking that you're going to die. But after a while, they attended to you, and then you're alive. That is how good the health system used to be then. But now these guys are killing it. But regardless of what they do, like Omoye said and Rita said, but also meanwhile, Omoye, I mean, you just like make our mouths to be, I mean, you just like make everybody mouth to be watery now. I wish we have those roasted yams, and then the red oil and the pepper you talk about. But I mean, those good old days will come back. But trust God that those good old days will come back. So regardless of what they're doing, it's just a way to tell that there are powers actually fighting for the soul of Nigeria. It is beyond what you and I can see in the physical. There are powers that are actually fighting against Nigeria. And the most sad thing is that the ones that should have rescued Nigeria are the ones now destroying Nigeria. Because if these laws are there before now, why didn't those laws arrest other people? And that it is now that you now know that we have this law in place, and that law can only go and can only be used against the campaign person for Peter Obi. But the question is, where did you drop your soul and your conscience, whoever is doing this? But regardless, like Rita said, this is a movement. It's like a train. The train doesn't stop. It just keep moving. It can pound on anything that comes his way. There is a light at the end of the tunnel, but these people will only try to they'll try to rubbish the whole thing. But the more they try, the more they do all of these things, they are only empowering the movement. Because believe you honestly, people, I think what has happened today just tells of the fact that the movement is stronger than even the nation itself. And it shows how coward the other people can be. Because if you have someone that his educational background, where he came from, how he made his money, how he get to where he is today, you don't even know about it, then how can you not get such person in the prison to prison, and then you're going after Doyin Okupe? For what reason? It shows you how coward these people and the system they created is. But regardless, this is an avenue for Peter Obi and his people to just show that, oh, if we're talking about being clean, we are clean from the top to the bottom. He's a man of integrity. He's a man of character. I've been able to interview him one-on-one, ask him a question one-on-one. And I see the passion in this man. I see the passion in him, how he wants Nigeria to be transformed. And the same passion is what is bringing people here today. I mean, somebody is dedicating his own channel for just this cause because he knows we have a nation to protect. We have a nation, we have a value, we have a culture, we have a people. People are dying every day. People are suffering every day. Some don't even have a hope of where the Christmas meal is going to come for them. And so you see the likes of Tinubu campaigning, and then what you used some years ago, you're talking about student loan. How many people did you guys give student loan during Buhari's regime? Come on. ASU strike went for several months during Buhari's regime, and you are still campaigning on that same manifesto. Are you dumb? Like, I mean, before you even talk about that, you have to think that we made this promise some 7 years ago, some 4 years ago. Have we delivered on those promises? And so if we don't deliver on those promises, I should not even come out in the first place to come and campaign. But whatever they may have done against, done to Doyin Okupe, I mean, it's just a way to strengthen the Labour Party. It's a way to strengthen Peter Obi. It's a way to strengthen the movement. So regardless of what is happening, people, don't be discouraged. Don't be discouraged. Don't be discouraged. I mean, this needs to happen for Peter Obi's message about integrity to be heard. So what Doyin Okupe has done, I mean, is the right thing to step down. And stepping down does not mean you cannot contribute. I mean, you're still there. Your brain is still needed. So you only step down to tell the other people that, I mean, what you cannot do, I am doing right now. If a man that forged the certificate cannot step out of the race, then I am stepping down. Let me show you, let me tell you what it means to be a leader. Let me show you what it means to be a man of integrity.
that you cannot show. Let me show it to you people. So my people out there, don't be discouraged. This is a way to tell Nigerians that even though we have corruption in the country, we still have some people that are clean, sane people of sane mind. And Doyin might have got into what he got into. I mean, nobody's above mistake. But this is a way to tell that we can make this country work. And like Peter Obi himself said, he said, if there is anything you find against me, that I take I take land or money from the government, I am going to step down. He has just shown this in Doyin Okupe. And that's how you can be obedient to the rule of law, even though those that make the law did not obey the law, or the law was created to attack some people, and some people can live above the law. Only time will catch up with them. Only time. So people, please get your PVC. Nigeria the soul of Nigeria needs to be rescued. Somebody just told us how she used to play in the farm, how she used to enjoy those roasted yams and the oil, how you can sit with your family during Christmas, how you can go watch, you can go to your family, you can walk on your streets without the fear of being kidnapped. Back then, these are things that needs to come back. But some are saying no. But regardless of what they do, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. I believe it. There is a light at the end of the tunnel. So people, don't allow what has happened to Doyin Okupe to actually deter you. Anybody is entitled to their opinion, like the Arise lady. She's entitled to her own opinion. So don't kill her for it. The only thing is that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. There is a light at the end of the tunnel. You know, if something is going to get better, you're going to see different things thrown at you. You're going to see different things come your way. So this is one of those challenges that need to come the way of Labour Party before they get there. But regardless, we move beyond this. We move beyond this. We go beyond this. One day for the thief, one day for the owner. Everything may be for the thief, but one day for the owner. The likes of Tunumbu, the likes of Bajabi, the likes of Fashola, the likes of Adams Oshomole, the labor that you killed, those are brought to limelight are the ones you are using today again.
Thank you.
Prosperity will catch up with you guys. Thank you very much.
Mr. T, thank you so much. Thank you so much. You can see it's affecting every one of us, and I like this. I really like this because one person can't do this alone. Like I've always said, if I come here to talk, alone and nobody's here to assist me to talk about the things that's affecting us, I'm just going to get bored and go back in. So if everyone is talking like this and we're taking our time and energy to talk to our people back home as well, it's very, very important. We need to sensitize them, to do the right thing. It's very, very important. All right, let's do 1 minute so we can round up. We're already above 4 hours, 37 minutes. Just 1 minute. Everybody keep to your 1 minute. I'm going to be starting right now with Shooks Bubweze. Please, sir, what is your advice for obedience? Obedience right now because of this situation that we find ourselves. I want everybody to send message to obedience, and obedience are watching us right now. Obedience are everywhere. You are obedient. I'm obedient. Your advice, your 1 minute advice to obedience regarding this temptation. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks once again. Like the last speaker said, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. What happened just threatened the campaign. It shows integrity. It shows the rule of law. It shows the way. So don't be discouraged. It's a good thing in the other way around, because right now people will start speaking about integrity, calling it as it is. People will say these people have integrity. It has happened in the case of John Eneche, and this one happened again. It shows that they are listening party, And I hope everybody go out there, get your PVC. Don't let them frustrate you. Whatever they throw at you, take it, get the PVC, and get ready to vote. Thank you and good night, everyone.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Mr. Alex, please, your 1 minute to obedience. Okay, Alex, you're now available. Quickly move on to the next person. I'll go to Amoye's corner. Please use your 1 minute to send message to obedience.
Okay. Can you hear me clearly? I'm outside
Yes.
right now.
Yeah.
Okay. I just wanted to say to my people back home and those that are traveling from here back home, please vote, be safe, number one, and be prepared. Don't go to the voting booth just go like that. Go in packs, whatever you need to do. Okay, we want you safe first and foremost. And then vote voraciously. Vote like your life, literally, your life depends on it. We will get through this, whether they like it or not. Peter the Rock will be all the way strong. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Amoye's corner. Thank you. All right. We'll go to Shima will be just joining us right now. I'll give you 2 minutes to just talk to us quickly. We are rounding up now. Good evening to you. Oh, your network is even bad. Oh no, we can't hear you. We can't hear you at all. Very sad. Okay, Mr. T, your 1 minute to obedience, please.
Thank you very much again, Mr. Elvis. Every life has a challenge. Everybody has a challenge in life. So for Peter Obi and to the Labour Party, this is one of those challenges that must come. For every success, there is always ups and downs. But the main thing is, we all must understand that the country, the fight for the soul of Nigeria is bigger than every one of us. And I speak to the diasporans that are in Canada, in UK, in USA. If you feel that you're in diaspora, and because you're there, you have your children there, your wife is there, everything, you have all of your investment there, and Nigeria can die. Well, only time. Joining can never, the foreign land can never be like your home. So let's do everything possible with our people at home to rescue Nigeria. But the main thing is there is a light at the end of the tunnel. Don't be deterred. It is only a trial. And this is not even a trial. It's just a way of the opponent telling you, oh, we can throw that at you. Let's see how you take it. For me, honestly, I didn't see anything about this. It's a way to strengthen the movement. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. All right. Mr. Alex, are you there now? Okay. Okay, I think Mr. Shooks, you already gave your 1 minute, right? All right, yeah, I believe everyone have given their 1 minute submission. Thank you very much, everybody, for your time with us today. I appreciate every one of you. We might be back again later on. If not, it's going to be tomorrow. Remember, we are here 7 days a week, Monday to Saturday, 10 a.m. for news review. And we are here in evening, 5 p.m. Monday to Thursday, and Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, 6 p.m. But Friday is more special because it's a debate. Thank you very much, my people. Endeavor to subscribe. For those of you that are going to be playing back this video later on, please endeavor to subscribe with us. Hit the notification bell to be notified whenever we are here or whenever we upload a video, so that we can carry each other's along. As you can see, we have interaction all the time at the comment section. That is what the live stream is all about. But some people like it later on so that they can skip and play and skip and play. That's fine. Whatever you like, but endeavor to subscribe and hit the notification bell. And for those of you always supporting us financially, we want to say we are very, very grateful. Thank you very much for the encouragement, for the enthusiasm that you put in us. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Now God bless every one of you. For those of you on the comment section, I want to say I'm very, very grateful, because my comment is the most busiest comment session across social media as we speak on a live stream. Go and check on a live stream where they are talking something good, or not whether they talk when they want to bomb or kill anybody. you know what they talk about. You know, thank you very much, my people. I appreciate you all. That God and God bless us. So for those of you that have super chatted us today, let me quickly check. Mr. Charles, you super chatted us today. Thank you very much. I really do appreciate. And I want to be Ferdinand super chatted us today as well. Thank you so much. Dr. Alexander Gomez, thank you very much, sir, for your super chat today as well. I'm so grateful. Thank you for the encouragement. I appreciate every one of you that have shared this broadcast. Grant, thank you very much for your super chat today. I really do appreciate you. Thank you for all your encouragement. Thank you, my good people. I think a super chat just came in now. Okay, Alexander Gomez again. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. I'm very grateful for this. Iris Finance, thank you very much. I saw your comment. I'm grateful. I'm encouraged. Mother of all, Mommy Diaspora. Thank you very much, Mommy, for all you're doing for us here. I appreciate every one of you right there. I wish I can mention all names. Let's just do it. I see you right there. Thank you very much for joining us. Please encourage the people back home that whatever that is going on right now, only if the information reached them, tell them to disregard it. That Doyin Okupe did not commit any crime, although it's a crime. You know, it's a crime that can affect any individualisms. Like I've explained from the beginning of this broadcast, if it's you that carried 5 million naira from somebody or 10 million naira from somebody in cash, you're going to be charged for money laundering. That's what happened. You know, but nevertheless, I believe in the total submission from everyone today. I will cement it by saying Doyin Okupe did the right thing. He did the right thing for resigning, you know, for stepping down. It's the first time this is happening. No matter what will happen in APC, none of them will resign. Never. They prefer to die there and steal the money and eat it and die with it. You know, but this is a good example that we've put in place right now that yes, Peter Obi has set the pace. Peter Obi is someone that we can trust with our money. I appreciate you all. Thank you very much, my people. Please endeavor to share this broadcast, like the broadcast. Remember that we are here every day. Always encourage us to do more for you. Good night, my people, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye for now.